Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope you're doing all right. Happy Thursday, September 12th. Man, cruising through the day here. It is 4 p.m. on the East Coast. Hope you had a great morning, rest of your morning, and a fantastic start to your afternoon. Now, if you happen to just be on the West Coast here in the United States, it's only 1 o'clock, so you're probably just getting back from lunchtime. Hopefully, you're just going to cruise through the rest of the afternoon here. All is well. I appreciate you joining me. My name is Jay Chains. This is the Jay Chains Crypto Show. A little bit different than we do at the morning show. We're going to go through some news and numbers. Today, we are going to be hopefully putting some of the final touches on our 5K portfolio. As you know, we were working on that yesterday. So I ended up making one purchase, one of the coins that we are going to be adding to our portfolio. We'll get to that in a little bit. There's a couple more that we do have to add. I think I've made some decisions. One, unfortunately, took a rip today, and so I didn't get in on that one. So I'll go through all of these things. What are the coins that we are looking at? We'll review those again. Some of the decisions that we've made. They'll make some holds on some things. Now, that being said, why we decided not to make the final decisions till we got back here today is because some of the ones that when we were going through this yesterday, and I'd say, like, let's hold on this one for just a little bit, right? And then maybe they got closer to the trend line, the bottom of the trend line. And so it's like, all right, well, let's keep watching. And see what happens. And so we'll be going through those coins and some numbers and all that stuff after we get through the news here. But shout out, happy Thirsty Thursday to the crowd. Guys, go ahead and smash the like if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on X, hit the heart. We'll go through like the tutorial, the walkthrough, if you will, later on about how to do that, how to hit the heart. Because usually, I got to say, my crew over on YouTube, they are usually 100% of like to watch ratio. Unbelievable. What an amazing group of watchers there, and hanging outers and chatters, communicators. But I tell you what, X, I love you. I love my viewers on X, but we got to get better at hitting the heart. We'll get through it. I promise you. The morning show has been fantastic this week, guys. Thanks to everybody who's participating. I know, a couple days of the week now, we've got some themes that we're having a lot of fun. We got NF Tuesdays, Web3 Gaming Wednesdays, Bitcoin Thursday, having a lot of fun with those days. Tomorrow happens to be all right. My favorite day of the week now is when I get to host the Monday show on behalf of the Crypto Mag account. That's our partner now for the Monday show, which I think we might expand that pretty soon because that worked out pretty well. And then obviously the Friday show, the pizza show. Those are my two favorite days of the week, two favorite shows of the week. Boom, boom, boom. I see Corey's in the house today, dropping that eggplant, my dude. Shout out to all you guys, Brian, Greg, Mike Lowry. All the crew has assembled, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. All right, let's get into some news, and then we will be getting into some of the numbers, and then we will be getting into the portfolio. So the whole goal is I sold the mutant. We're going to take $5,000 from that. And then we're going to allocate that into a portfolio. I'm going to keep $1,000 in stablecoin on the sidelines to take care of any dips, any decisions that we decide that we want to make, and put in, something else in the portfolio. Or maybe it's time to start trading. We throw that into Femex and we do some more damage with it. We consider that our USDT fund, because even if we do leverage trade on Femex, it's going to be through USDT anyway. But then when all is said and done, I'm a USDC kind of guy. Just saying. I don't know about you guys. You know what? I want to put up a poll. If you guys would, even if you were watching over on X, because I'm not going to put up a poll on X and YouTube. I want to put it up on YouTube. Hop on over to the YouTube and vote in the poll, if you will. And while you're there, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and like the video. Okay. What is your favorite stable coin? Is it USDT? Is it USDC? Is it other? I don't want to list them all. Those are the two most important, USDC and USDT. I'm a USDC kind of guy, but whatever. You pick your poison. That poll is going up on YouTube, guys. Make sure you check it out and make sure you vote. Vote in the poll. What's your favorite stable coin? And there's others, so you can just vote other. I know there's like DAI and all sorts of other, but was not going to go through the time to put a list together like that. All right. Let's see. Any other housekeeping? Let's see. We went through. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed to my X account, my goodness gracious, you should be ashamed of yourself. It is down at the bottom if you're watching the stream. X. You can go to @CryptoJChains. And make sure you also give the Web3 Breakfast account a follow. That's the one where we do the Gotti giveaways from now that I host the show. We're hosting the show out of the Web3 Breakfast account and doing the giveaways of Gotti through there. So make sure you're subscribed to both of those over on X. I appreciate it. And then when you guys come and start watching the shows in the morning, start following all the speakers because we've got a really, really good group. Our community is fantastic. People are just so knowledgeable about everything that we're talking about. And I love everybody in our group, man. They're just so awesome. So make sure when you guys do tune in the morning, you follow everybody on X in the space. There we go. I trade, sir. USDT. There we go. See what I'm saying? 67% so far is on USDT, 17% on USDC, and the other 17% on other. All right. Well, we'll see where that thing goes towards the tail end of here. Remember, if you can, hop on over to the YouTube, vote in that poll. I want to see what the broad audience is, and I don't mean females broad like that, like my grandpa used to say. I mean, like the wider audience. Okie dokie. Let's see. Let's minimize that. I think it's time to bring up the screen here so we can look at some of our articles. The first one was one of the first things that I'd seen this morning. It's about Coinbase going live with wrapped Bitcoin. CBBTC went live. TLDR starting today. Coinbase is rolling out CBBTC, an ERC20 token that is backed 1-to-1 by Bitcoin, held by Coinbase. At launch, CBBTC will be supported on Base and Ethereum, with plans to support more chains. Now, with CBBTC, we continue to increase economic freedom by giving users more way to use their Bitcoin. I saw some other articles where the headline was phrased as, this is really like a big push for mass adoption, especially with the ability to have it wrapped 1-to-1. So then the assets there. Coinbase seems to be the leader, especially here for us in custody services. We'll see. I think we're going to look at another article about Kraken, what Kraken's kind of doing, and maybe some of the steps that they need to take. Those are our two biggest exchanges, if I'm not mistaken. You got Kraken, Coinbase, and Gemini, I believe, are the three biggest that we've got here. And if I'm wrong and there's something else, you can let me know just in the chat. Binance US, I don't think it got as big as they wanted it to. Let's see here. All right, let's get into this. Well, we did the TLDR. I think that's all we really need to know. Again, that's really going to be a big help and push for mass adoption, especially with Base. We know, the whole Base ecosystem's got a large fund that is set specifically earmarked for, mass adoption campaign pushes, stuff like that, utilizing that for new users and onboarding people into the ecosystem. And so, I think that is a fantastic idea. However, I just, as much as I love that and as much as we strive for mass adoption, I think one of the more important things that we've got to realize is that we're not there yet, right? And so, if you're trying to make money like right now in this bull run, like I don't think, there are opportunities where you can capitalize on the bull run right now. And those are the opportunities that people should be looking at, unless you don't need it, right? Like unless you're already set, and you're not really worried. Then it's really probably advantageous to find some of these longer term plays. And like that's why I feel like with the Base ecosystem, like it is going to be a win because of the tie to the Coinbase and how it's all just easier, faster, and cheaper ultimately than Ethereum. Although right now it's pretty cheap, but still at the end of the day, I think that they will cultivate an ecosystem that is founded upon really fundamental ways for people to use crypto that are easy and understandable. I think that they probably understand that aspect It's, it's one of the same stuff that we've been preaching for years, is that, you talk about mass adoption in crypto. Like, what does that actually mean? Like, it's not a critical mass. There's no set number. Like, oh, well, like, for 350 people in the US, and we'll just use the US as the example here, but say, we've hit a vast majority. We're at 65% of the US is now using crypto in some way, shape, or form. And we've done it, ladies and gentlemen. We've achieved mass adoption. No, I don't really think that that's the way that it is. It's more along the, and people will probably agree with this, that it's more along the lines of using the tech without realizing it, without having to be in your face, without having to explain it, all that stuff, much like the internet is now, much like using a cell phone is now. Like, they were foreign concepts like when they first came out, but over time. But at the credit card too, I think people thought like, oh, that's ridiculous, like no one's going to use this thing. Now people are addicted to using them. So that was a little bit on that one there. The Coinbase route BTC. Interesting. We'll see where that one goes. Next story: the European Central Bank drops interest rates again as Bitcoin stonks bounce back. The Fed is likely to drop rates next, potentially setting up Bitcoin for another Uptober after a shaky start to Dumptember. This is something that we were also talking about this morning. Knowing that the central bank over there in Europe, they dropped their interest rate. We're planning on that next week, the 18th. 25 basis points, and so that whole thing plays into, obviously, when they start cutting rates, people want to start borrowing money more. However, if you've been paying attention the last couple of days and what we've been talking about, like we on Ben's show, we did an interview with Crypto Face, and it was fun to have a conversation with him. And he put some stuff into perspective and about all these rate cuts and stuff. And the one thing, it's like, we're so used to them going up or holding that of course we'll take a drop. Give us a cut, please, cut, without really even remembering that it's been so up, that one little rate cut's not really going to change much. Like, yeah, it does. And yeah, it's a great start. But knowing that, potentially over the next year, that, again, some firms kind of baking in a 240 basis point cut over the next 12 months, that gets us back to, I think, the 2.5% level that they were, targeting. So that gets us back closer to there, which, again, once we are at a prime rate where, people are, remember, a couple of years ago, somebody said it this morning, I forget, it might've been Doom, it may have been someone else, may have been Gringo, I'm not sure, but, they said something to the effect of, just remember a couple of years ago, 0%. You could borrow money at 0%. Now all of a sudden, we've got to remember that, one rate cut, while it is a step in the right direction, one little baby rate cut, one little 25 bipper ain't gonna do it, man. It ain't gonna take us home. It's not gonna save the housing market. It's not gonna bring it back like that. We need a lot of cuts, and they'll do it. Several. I wonder how the rest of this year's gonna look. Big Money Mike V in a house, baby. Dougie Doug, my dude. What's up, fam? Speaking of, the European Central Bank, I don't know if that's your bank. I don't know if the UK, you guys are still part of that banking system there. But shout out to my guy, Doug. Got to hang out with him when I went to London. All right. What's our next article here? Let's bring it up. Probably want to bring it up. There you go. A publicly traded holding company is all in on Solana. Solana is going to be the chosen one for institution money, I think. That's one of my kind of guesses and bets. Today we did it was fun for AJ's channel out in the main studio. Ben, AJ, and I, we did a top 5 coins prediction that we're going with. I think AJ is going to put it on his channel maybe this weekend or early next week. I'm not actually sure when it's coming out, but that was a lot of fun to do. A lot of great picks in there. We're gonna record all of our or write down all of our picks, right, and put them into like a portfolio tracker and see whose picks do the best, and we'll check them in certain intervals and stuff. And we're gonna start doing a lot more content like that. It's fun when all of us guys are here, when the 3 guys are here in the studio together. We're going to be doing a lot more content like that. So be on the lookout for that. I think that hopefully the plan when I think Ben gets back from Singapore, like 2 weeks or whatever, then we'll do a video and we'll put that on this channel here. So we'll do some rotating the content on each other's channel, have a little fun with the collabs. So be on the lookout for that. What's up to all my folks and friends in the chat? Shout out to you. Make sure you smash the like or hit the heart. You know the drill. All right, let's get back to this. Cypherpunk Holdings has rebranded to Sol Strategies in a pivot to a Solana first investment approach. There is the CEO, Leah Wald, of Sol Strategies. I feel like she looks familiar to me. I'm like 99% confident I've seen her either speak or have been at a conference that she was at, and possibly just, it sounds like they are Toronto based, and I was just in Toronto for the Futures Conference. There's a very strong possibility that she was just there. Toronto based holding company Cypherpunk Holdings has rebranded to Sol Strategies in a pivot to Solana first investment approach. Following the rebrand, they will begin focusing on staking Solana and investing in the Solana's ecosystem projects and infrastructure, the company said. The shift was unanimously approved by the company's board of directors. I wonder how many and who they were. Cypherpunk Holdings has been scaling up its Solana exposure for months now, particularly since ex-Valkyrie CEO Leah Wald took over to top the job in early July. There you go. On August 1st, 2 days after Cypherpunk initially finalized the strategy shift, that figure had swelled 11.6 million. Wow. Cypherpunk had 63,000, jumped up to 86,000. Good for them. There you go. Up in that bag, man. Got yourself some soul. Still rebranding the company around just one blockchain ecosystem is pretty eye-catching, they said. We got any quotes here? Here we go. Wald said, and in a quote, approach goes beyond passive exposures. We are actively engaged in staking and exploring strategic investments. Hopefully it's staking with minimal risk. We all know what happened with a lot of people utilizing DeFi in the last crash. Now, it's not something that we would expect. It's not like liquidation flushes where, it's something we should expect all the time. But I just think, a lot of people got toasted and a lot of people got PTSD. And that's one of the reasons why, honestly, probably we don't have a big push from retail, is because they got fucking toasted, man. They got wrecked last time. And we're going to have to do a little bit better next time. I understand that, we always need exit liquidity. That's how markets work. And the noobs usually become the exit liquidity. But we got to find better ways. That's for sure. Here's one other quote from the CEO. As the only publicly traded company in North America focused on Solana ecosystem, we are providing exposure to Solana's growth and innovation prior to Solana-specific ETFs being approved in either the US or Canada. That we'll be getting into the potential of an ETF in a second here on another article. But that's really exciting to think, for all of the, the people who believe in Solana, who believed in it, throughout the course, who stuck with it or understand, like if they do start opening up Solana ETFs and that helps. Although, to be honest with you, it's like, it didn't make Bitcoin rip. It didn't make Ethereum rip. Like, is it going to make all these coins actually rip? I don't know. Is it a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event? Very, very highly potential. High potential of that is. Where are people staking these days? Doug's asking on the YouTube. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not a staker. I will eat steak. I will eat steak, but I don't stake my coins. I'm not into like taking that kind of a risk. So, and now, unless there is a really good, like DeFi, you can self-custody stake, if that's even a real thing. I don't, whatever. I just don't want to give up the keys to the cat. You've spent so many years preaching, not your keys, not your coins. And then you just voluntarily hand your stack over for a couple free extra coins. It's just not fucking worth it to me. That's my opinion. I know a lot of people love it. People probably use it as really good passive income streams. There are probably some better passive income streams as far as staking goes than I've seen or that I've participated. I just keep away from it, right? Because it's not something that I'm interested in. It goes against the ethos of my beliefs of crypto, of not handing over your coins. Now, if there is a different operation that I should be looking at, you guys, please drop the chat and let me know. So let's do it. Let's schedule a staking show. Teach me some things, folks. I love it. Let's get in the chat group and we'll get one scheduled. We can do that very soon. All right, let's go to, we got this article. We got this. All right, I'm going to close an article because it looks like it's giving my computer some trouble. Let's go here. Caroline Ellison, everybody's favorite side chick. Or I guess it wasn't his side chick. It was Sammy's girlfriend. She seeks to duck prison sentence for her role in the FTX collapse. Here's the key points, or the TLDRs. As you know, we love TLDR. Lawyers for Caroline Ellison say the former Alameda Research CEO shouldn't go to prison for her role in the implosion of Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto empire. Ellison was the star witness for the DOJ in his prosecution of FTX founder SBF, who was also an ex-boyfriend, part of the polycule love triangle or circle or polygon. I don't know. Ellison's attorney suggested in a filing that their client should be sentenced to time served and supervised release because of her swift cooperation with the government. There she is, Miss Ellison, the former CEO of Alameda Research. Let's see, anything in here? How much time are they actually looking for? 25 years. They're looking to get her. Judge Coppin, who presided over Ellison's testimony when he decided. Okay, so Sam got 25. We know. I wonder how many they're looking for her. To the Tuesday filing, all refers to the recommendation of the court's probation department that Ellison be given a sentence of time served with 3 years of supervised release as credit to her extraordinary cooperation. Lawyers added the department sentence report. All right, here's a quote. Caroline poses no risk of recidivism and presents no threat to public safety. The filing says it would therefore promote respect for the law to grant leniency in recognition of Caroline's early disclosure of the crimes, her unmitigated acceptance of responsibility for them, and most importantly, her extensive cooperation with the government. So we'll see what happens. I didn't see a number of what she's facing potentially. Did it say in the beginning of the article? No, it just says that she shouldn't go, but it doesn't say like what she's potentially facing. Time served, convicted of all. Yeah. All right. Well, it doesn't say. Does anybody know what potentially the amount of time that she could be looking at? I don't know. This article doesn't say anything about the potential amount of time other than they just want to have her, time served. So we'll see. Here was an article that I saw this afternoon. eToro reached a $1.5 million settlement with the SEC. Watch out other brokerages. You could be next. They decided to settle a lawsuit that challenged how crypto was traded on its platform. I wonder what that's about. Online brokerage eToro, 1.5 milli. The SEC alleged that the eToro was acting as an unregistered broker and an unregistered clearing agency in connection to its crypto trading platform. You would think that, that just seems weird that they had commercials. Everybody knew what they were doing. By removing tokens offered as investment contracts from its platform, eToro has chosen to come into compliance and operate within our established regulatory framework. This resolution not only enhances investor protection, but also offers a pathway for other crypto intermediaries. That was from Guber Grewal. He's the director of the SEC's Division of Enforcement. I don't know. I had to close an article, and it was someone calling for Gary Gensler to be fired. Let's see. See if we can just type in. Harris must say no to Wall Street and yes to Lena Khan and Gary Gensler. That was a little bit ago. Oh, this is what it was. He's under investigation for something. That's what it was. Gary Gensler under investigation for alleged political favoritism. That's funny. That might be the hopefully the straw that breaks the camel's back, as they say. All right, here's another article. Stablecoins are taking over the world. We always thought it was going to be AI and robots, but no, unfortunately, it's stablecoins. This is a survey reveals this shocking news. Stablecoins projected to reach a transaction volume of $5.3 trillion in 2024, having settled $3.7 trillion in 2023. Research conducted by Visa and Castle Island Ventures showed that Ethereum, Tron, and other blockchains are most used for their settlement. 47% of respondents use them for saving, 43% to improve currency conversion, and 39% to earn yields. There's all our stakers, 39%, you little DeFi farmers. How was DeFi summer this year? Stablecoins are on track to reach a transaction volume of 5.3 trillion. The first half of 2024 volume of 2.6 trillion suggests it's headed towards an annualized volume of 5.8 trillion. It's a lot of stablecoin usage, a lot of it on Tron, from what I understand too, right? Here's the chart. Yeah, you can see the red is Tron, the purple is Ethereum. I would say it looks like Tron is larger than Ethereum for the most part. That is kind of hard for the eyeball to see. It kind of makes me dizzy, actually, the red and the purple like that. I don't know about you guys. Let's zoom in on it and see if we can all get dizzy. Let me see. Does that make you dizzy, like that purple and the red? Wow. I do not like the way that looks. Jeez. Stable coins as preferred saving mechanisms. Okay. The importance of emerging markets such as Nigeria, Indonesia, Turkey, Brazil, and India are also highlighted, where the use of stablecoins for non-trading purposes is increasing. I mean, that to me, like, when we talk about, currencies, and it's just stablecoins make the most sense for, for people to be able to not deal with volatility, right? I think that's the whole point. Like, I just can't see Bitcoin being, and I'll use Bitcoin, right? Let's use Ethereum as well. Let's use XRP. Let's use Solana. Let's use any crypto, right? Like, it's just the example, minus a stable coin. Like, because of the volatility, unless like you are always going to win because it's going up, I don't see how people can budget. I don't see how you could stomach the ups and downs of the price of a cheeseburger or a cup of coffee or a pack of gum. Like, I'm not using Bitcoin to buy gum. Like, that's just weird. But if I had, 50 cents or $1 in stable coins, and you just boop, 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 scan the QR code and I'm out the way. Like it's just, there's so much value potential in Bitcoin and other crypto because we're speculating on it, that is nothing that I would ever want to buy a good and a service with. That's just my opinion. And I know everybody's got them and they all stink like a butthole. All right, here, let's look at some chats. What's up, fam? I see Enrique Suave's popped in. We got flipping icons. Render is my biggest bag. Hold ICP, IMX, LCX, near injective. Also love it. That's great picks. Generally, you should treat an exchange like a public bathroom. Get into your business and get out. Avoid the glory holes. Absolutely. Man, public bathrooms, that's just you got to get in, get out. Doug, I love that. Talking about the volatility, I'm going to put this one up on the screen for you. There you go. That's the thing. You can buy a new car for 1.2 Bitcoin this week. Next week, the dealer is selling that same vehicle to your sister's boyfriend's husband's wife for 0.8 BTC. No one's ever going to win in that situation. The meme bag Gotti, you know that. Make sure, speaking of Gotti, make sure that you guys are signed up for your chance to win $100 every single day. You want to make sure, I'll get the post out later today, and I'll get that posted and pinned up into the Web3 Breakfast account. But you want to make sure that you're following that account so that you can win yourself $100 in Gotti. We give away. Now, here's the deal. Typically, we're giving away $1,300 in Gotti every single day, right? We're giving away $200 every Monday through Thursday, and then $500 on Fridays. Now, today, we went and we changed the dimensions and the layers of time. We created a ripple in time, because instead of 2, we gave away 3, but we had already announced the winners in a different time dimension. And so we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm going with 500. I'm saying that we're going to give 5 winners $100 each. So we're going to give away $500 tomorrow in Gotti. So make sure you're following the Web3 Breakfast account. Make sure you're following the Gotti account. And then I will get the post out later today. We'll get it pinned up there for Pizza Friday. And then one other quick announcement. I will announce tomorrow in the morning show, starting Monday, I am going to start this show. You guys have seen that it's been, it takes, for whatever reason, a while to connect everything in the morning, which is how we're doing some stuff now. And so starting at 8:45, the show's going to go live with music. And so it's going to be 15 minutes of just vibing music. Hopefully it'll be Web3 artists, maybe in the interim, it'll just be some royalty-free stuff, just something to keep it light and keep people going. But what it does allows us to get in, get set up, get the show started with all the right people on stage, and then at 9 o'clock we'll get started, and this way we're not late. So that's a quick announcement about what we've got going on moving forward as well on the morning show. So really quick, guys, it is 4:30. So for me, it's 4:30 in the afternoon. And so that means it's a great opportunity. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and smash the like button if you're watching on YouTube, which I know you guys did. You guys are always at 100% ratio. I love you. Thank you so much. And make sure you hit the heart if you're watching over on X. That's all you got to do. Just hit the heart. Also, repost the video. Tag some friends and say, yo, we're having a good time in here. Very soon, we are going to actually start going into the coins and adding this portfolio, putting it together. I already did buy one of the tokens. Now, I did allocate $1,000 to it. So there's always the potential that we shift that into the $2,000 coin and then bring in some other $1,000 coins. But right now I've got that slated for a $1,000 coin. So we'll see what happens. We'll check all those in just a little bit. Just got to keep, fishing. Just trying to put the line out there, little appetizer. We're going to be looking at coins to buy for our portfolio, things that we think are going to perform very well in the near future. I told you yesterday, I was talking with AJ, and there's a whole list of coins that, charted over the 3-day charts really, really, really look like they are about to break out. And I think we saw SWE break out today. That was one that was on that list. And so that thing absolutely ripped today. So we're going to be looking at a couple more of these, and then we will make our decisions of how to allocate the rest of this portfolio and then find the right time to get in and get it started, baby. Let's go. So smash the like if you like putting together crypto portfolios. Here's a Web3 article here. Tune.fm, music streaming project on Hedera blockchain, gets a $50 million capital commitment. That is very nice. This is after Tune.fm shared that it raised $20 million in a funding round. Making the monies, Tune.fm. Here you go. The commitment was from the GEM Group, the Global Emerging Markets. This news comes just, again, 8 months after they've raised $20 million. Artists can expand their fan base by promoting their music with jam. So first-time listeners can play to earn jam to discover newly promoted music. This allows artists to earn an ROI on their promotion as new fans discover and stream their music again and again, Tune.fm wrote in a press release. The new capital will go towards growing its users as well as towards efforts to promote its token, marketing, development, and new product offerings. There's one more quote. Tune.fm will soon launch a desktop application for Mac and Windows to complement our mobile apps in the app and Google Play Store. There you go. Shout out to the Hedera blockchain. As you guys know, one of my friends and family groups, the Karate Combat organization, definitely excited for next week. They got it's going to be the biggest event that they've ever done in Singapore. They're doing that in conjunction with Token 2049. So if you guys are going to be in Singapore, make sure you go to that Wednesday morning. I believe that the fights start at 7 a.m. Eastern here because Singapore is 12 hours ahead of us, and I believe it's 7 p.m. when it starts. And so my goal is to be here in the studio at 6 a.m., getting the stream fired up. I'll get the link out probably at some point this weekend. We'll start getting this thing out and promoted. And so we will be doing a watch party and stream and chat. And so I'll probably get a couple people to join that want to participate and hang out for that stream. And so if that's something you want to do, be like, bro, I want to be on that for sure. Just shoot me a DM over on Twitter and we'll get that thing squared away. So look out. That is going to be fun next Wednesday. That'll be an early morning and that'll be fun. There's a really good card. I actually did see that Shazab Rin, the king, he is awesome. He's actually the guy that I got to go up on stage at Cypherpunk when I first learned about Karate Combat and do the demo. I was picked out of the crowd. They had asked me before to do it. And so I was picked out of the crowd and then went up there and that's where I really kind of like, I was like, all right, this is freaking dope, man. This is going to be fun. And so that was my first exposure to Karate Combat, IFC. And that's just going to, obviously, it changed my life. And it's going to change the lives of a lot of people. But so next Wednesday, great card. The IFC card's filled with some really good bouts. The main card for IFC is Ashley Decan versus Aaron the Blonde Broker. That's going to be a fun one. Two best friends swinging at each other. They said that it is, as even though they are best friends, they're going there to put on a show and put on a fight. So let's go. A couple other big guns. And then there's also the Crypto Fight Night Boxing. We got Keith Berry. He's going to be fighting. Who else? Grimace is going to be fighting Eric. So that one, you want to check out that. And so it's Wednesday morning is Karate Combat. Thursday morning is the CFN, the Crypto Fight Night Boxing. So here we go. All right. I think that is it for the articles. That's it. It's now time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for us to open CoinMarketCap. Share that tab instead. Boom. There it is. There she is. CoinMarketCap, ladies and gentlemen. We are up 1% today, a little bit over 1.16%. 2 trillion is our market cap. Volume's down a little bit, but it is what it is. Fear and greed index at 37. Let's see over on our favorite fear and greed site, over on CoinStats. Where do they have us? Ooh, I like that. So remember, CoinMarketCap said that we are at a 37, but I like CoinStats because it's way more dramatic. It tells a better story. And so drama, baby. So this one's at 31. As you can see, this gives a nice little snapshot. Currently at 31. Yesterday, we were at 37. Last week, we were at 22. So down 6 points from yesterday. So we like to see that go back down over the next couple weeks because we are still looking to get our opportunities in order, right? We want to get our all of our bags packed because Pumptember, Uptober. That I actually did a Google Trends search today between Uptober and Pumptober, and Uptober has search results. Pumptober does not. And I did worldwide for the last 30 days. Uptober has got several searches, and so that's what we're going with is Uptober. All right, let's bring back CoinMarketCap here. Bitcoin coming in at 58.2. Things been steadily climbing. As you know, there was some rocky terrain where we did a little drip down to the 55s and then popped right back up yesterday. And so steadily climbing, just kind of like, sitting, in the last 24 hours, 1.3% up. You got ETH at 23.55, up 0.5% in the last day. BNB sitting at 540, Solana 136. Like to see that one's up. It's up 6% on the week, so that's looking good. XRP, massive news today. How did we not? What? Huh. I didn't go over the XRP news. Anyway, that was this morning. You guys all know it anyway. And if you don't, just Google XRP and Grayscale. You figure it out. But that does mean that it opens up the door for an XRP ETF. So who knows? Again, seems like they're always buy the rumor, sell the news type stuff. But maybe that's the real deal. Maybe that's the one. And so that was some big news this morning. I don't know how that article, I know that I had it open. That's weird. So that was XRP news today. Basically, half the gains went away, though. I think it went up to like 60 cents. It was at 53. That was one of the coins that we were looking at yesterday for the portfolio. It was at 53 cents. It popped up to 60 this morning. It's back down to 56. And so, half the gains got erased. And so, it is what it is. Let's look at any losers on the day, anything that we should be looking at. Helium, Aave, ICP. ICP is one of the ones on our list that we put a hold on. Officially, we said not now on ICP, and that was at 870 yesterday. ICP sitting at 851 today. So that might be one. Now, it did go on a pretty good rip as of recent. So, seeing this thing come back down, that might be the time while it consolidates before the next leg up. ICP, is going to have a big win. We know that in the bull market. So something that, maybe we'll change our mind on. It was not one of the ones that we were planning on putting in right now. Could potentially be, with the stable coin or whatever. But when we get into TradingView, remember we got them all charted, we got them all starred and favorited, so we can just boom, 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 pop down the list and just kind of see where they're at, and then see if we find ones that are closer to the trend line on the bottom, right? That is where we're probably going to want to potentially put them in this portfolio, or if they're getting ready to break out, like Jasmy, that is one that I think is like, if it doesn't break out this candle, it could still go down a little bit, but I think it's got like 2 or 3 days left until you get to that pinch point, so it's going to have to go one way or the other. And we all know where the market's going. And so the idea is like, all right, if they're going to, even go down a little bit over the next couple of days, like, over the weekend, and then, Sunday, Monday, we have a nice little pump, or things start, turning around. Cause remember, it's days until we get to that pinch point. So we'll have to see there. All right. Getting back over here, let's see what's going on in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you guys keep when we get to start talking about the portfolio thing in just a minute here. If there are any coins that you're like, dude, you're fucking an idiot, why aren't you talking about this one for that? Just put them in the chat. That's all you got to do. And then we'll take a look at it, maybe, because I was thinking about some yesterday and I added one onto the list today in TradingView. I added SWE only because that one, it wasn't on my list. It wasn't on the radar, so we didn't look at it yesterday. But anyway, it's on there now, and so we can always add some more in here, especially while we're still trying to decide what to do. So if you got anything that you want to add in there, just let me know. And that, with that being said, I put out a tweet yesterday about what we're doing here, and I had a lot of people saying like, dude, like, why aren't we thinking about Ondo? This doesn't, I don't want to like sound crazy, but like, I've got a big bag of Ondo. Like, I'm not trying to build any more bag of the Ondo, right? Like, same thing, like with some of the other coins that I am holding long term, I don't want to add them into this because I'm trying to put different coins in here. And so it's a lot of these are ones that I don't have in any other portfolio. So it's, my first exposure to them. So I want to see how, investing in some of these other choices is going to go. And so that is the plan for, the next couple minutes here. Is let's get into that in just a second here. ICP for a while up over 50%, average entry 552. Nice, man. That's a nice entry for ICP for sure, my guy. All right. So we don't need that. Let's just look at DEX tools really quick so we can go through some of our favorite small caps. Let's go through this list really quick. Trend up 1% today. Shout out to those guys. We will hopefully be chatting with them in the future. Squid Grow. We'll get to that one at the end here. Let's go through this. Pussy Monster down, looks like 1% today. Let's this thing load. Yeah, 1.12%. So it's had some pretty good positive action over the last couple of weeks, and then a little bit down, but we're on our way back up. So good on them. Shout out to the Pussy Monster crew. Justin, Spaceman, we got to set up a date and we got to have you on the show. Let's do that soon. Pussy Monster community, let's make it happen. All right, what else do we got here on this list? Gotti, as you know, we were talking about it just a few minutes ago. Back up is nice. I mean, it's down a little bit, like it was up over 400, 440 the other day. We're sitting at just under 400 now. Love to see this thing. We are giving away Gotti every single day on the morning show. So shout out to M Kid and the Gotti community. What's really cool, you guys have heard me say this before, is we have, I would still say, even after all this time, probably a 75% female win ratio on the Gotti giveaways every morning. And so however it seems to work out that way, it does. So that's awesome. Shout out to the community there, the Gotti community. And the cool thing about it is, even if you don't win the $100, which obviously that's what you want, what's really cool is that the amount of tokens that we give away every day, there is also an equal burn. And so it's a deflationary token by nature now. M Kid has been called an arsonist. It's pretty funny. He's burned a lot of the supply. He's on its way to making Bitcoin 600 times more rare, or it's on his way to making Gotti 600 times more rare than Bitcoin. And so that is Gotti, guys. Make sure you check that out. None of these are endorsements for you to buy anything, as you know. These are just, we're having a conversation. These are some of my favorite low cap coins. And then obviously Brett Gold looks like it took a big hit today, down 17, almost 18%. That is a CTO with Keith Berry and Doodlegenics. Obviously, it looks like it's got some days where it, you got some nice green action and then some downward action. But I know those guys are working hard to bring that thing back to life. So, if you are into CTOs and cool people, the Brett Gold community is definitely one. Got a chance to hang out a lot of their whales at the Austin, or not Austin. That's where I fought at the Nashville Karate Combat event. They were all there. They were there in numbers. So shout out to the community over there as well. All right. Let me just check the chat here really quick. Rise of the alts is now, says Brian. I agree with you. That is what we've got to do. Just let's prepare for that. All right. So as you can see, here's our first chart that we're looking at. We are looking at the sweet charts. Went on a absolute tear today. And so let's just see where this thing was at. Let's put it on the 3-day or let's put it on the 2-day. We don't have a 3-day yet. So the thing has definitely come down a little fall from grace when it hit its high up here at like what is the high on that? 217, almost 218. But you can see this thing moves, man. Sometimes when this thing moves, man, it's got some pretty good candles. So having a day today of over 10%, sitting over $1 at 102. So that was one that unfortunately we did not have on our list yesterday. And so we will be keeping an eye on it. Obviously, is now on our watch list for when the time is right to build a position of SWE. Obviously, that's one that I think we're going to want to put in there. Near protocol, that is another one that we love. This thing is down right now, as you can see. So I went through this yesterday and I did a lot of our bottom support of where we might see, if this thing does take a little bit of a dip, where's the right time to get in. And so I've got alerts set on all of these. I didn't do like the trend lines and stuff. And so I'm not, we didn't, like right here, let's just, for the sake of, and so this is the 2-day, right? So this is the course of several months. And so we could say that, so those are touching now. Let's do this over here, right? So there's our pinch points over here, like towards the tail end of September. So if this thing, if near doesn't break out, like pretty much on this candle, if that structure breaks down, if that, we break down and go down towards this level, if we hit this right here, there's some pretty good historical support down there. Remember, this is this line, the last time besides recently it touched was going to be back in February, and then again back here in December. And so we've got some historical movement and support down here. So if this one does decide to hang out in this little, I like to call it the pinch point, in the pinch zone, in the triangle of love, if you will. Well, that's what we're going to start calling that. This right here is the triangle of love. What are we going to do? We going out? We going up? And so that's one that we're watching on. The official note that we put on near yesterday was not now. And so if we see this, if this is going to be one of those ones that we've got, remember, we're keeping $1,000 in stablecoin for opportunities. And so say this thing does absolutely break down and goes below this support, we can buy that and then, hopefully take advantage of an opportunity there. So that's what our position right now on near is that we're in a holding pattern, waiting for the right opportunity. It's up 7.5% today. So we're going to let that one chill out and see what it does. XRP was definitely one that we want to add. Definitely got, I wouldn't say blindsided by the news. It's not like we were paying attention for it anyway, but didn't expect the grayscale news today. And so with that, the way that it ripped, this is probably, if we want to use bodies, that's probably the XRP triangle of love right there. And so we've got a little bit of time in here, because this one potentially, if this comes to fruition as well, all the way down here, if the triangle of love plays out, that takes us to the end of September. And so it all depends on, what happens with this downward structure here. We've got a couple touch points, so I think we can go with it. And then, so we just see what happens, if it wants to hang out or if it wants to break out. Are you hanging out or are you breaking out, baby? PYTH Network up 8% today. This is one that we got a couple target zones that I'm looking at. Same thing. Again, these are all, remember, like, right. And so let's create our triangle of love right here. Same thing, right? PYTH, It's on the cusp of either breaking out or just hanging out. So we just well, looks like we're crossing a trend line right now. Maybe Pet's going to break out. That's exciting. So, what's our position on PYTH? Right now, our goal was to put $1,000. That was one of the ones that we were thinking about putting $1,000 on for this portfolio. And so, that being said, I want to pay attention to this. If it ends up breaking out, awesome. And if we get in before the breakout, that's even better. If it doesn't break out and it breaks down, then we're going to watch it over the next couple days and see what it does. And if we can get it closer to the bottom line, we will. We just got to remember, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. But if you look at this chart, when it pumps, it looks like it consolidates back down and then goes up. So we've done the up, like potentially this thing may come down and then make one more run at the trend line. And I think if it does come down to make, one more touch point on support and then try to go back up to trend line, that is something that we'll want to take advantage of. So if things stays in the triangle zone, in the triangle of love, then we're probably going to get in on that one. Hopefully in the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll see. But that one right now, we've got earmarked to do a $1,000 buy on. So we shall see. Now draw them 3 wicks. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I mean, we'll see, right? What's the next one that we've got? Fetch up almost 2.5% today. This is one that I have got on the list. I added this one after the fact. Oh no, that's not true. This is one we're waiting on a dip. The official note that we've made is much like, so you see all of this, like every time it goes up, then it goes down, it goes up, and then it goes down, it goes up, and then it goes down. And so let's go up and then go down. And so when we come back and touch this line, that is what we're looking for. So we're going to be patient on this one. And I know that I don't know if the ticker's changing yet, or maybe hopefully I'm what is it, ASI? So another one that like we are really looking forward to buying is Render, and RENDER, as you guys know, the change the ticker on. So you're gonna want to make sure that you pay attention to that. Don't look at RNDR anymore. Look at actual Render. This is one that I have got earmarked as a potential USDC play. I want to see, because this is another one that it just keeps putting up. Even if it pumps, it ends up putting in a basically in a total erasement of that. Sometimes, usually even more. So while until it decides that it wants to break out of its structure, which strong potential it could, if we, let's go. Let's go like this, right? So here's our triangle. We're drawing our triangle. It's drawn the triangle of love. And some of them I do like having the 2 bottom zones just in case, just so that we've got some ideas of what would be the next step. But so as you can see, we're just kind of hanging out here right now, deciding what we want to do. This also one, this one, potentially, if these things are, they're not deadly accurate as far as the lines and the dates go, but I think that we can safely say that within the course of maybe a day or two, give or take, is probably what we're looking at here. And so this one says the 23rd is our pinch point. So we'll see what happens, baby. Render in the triangle of love. Injective up 2.5% today. This one is looking nice as well. Same. I mean, again, these are all, that's not the one that I want, right? We would go from here. And I know that's not perfect, but same thing. So we're getting close on this one as well. We're in the triangle of love. Injective, the whole idea was not now. That is not one that I want to get into yet, but I will keep, obviously it's on the list. So the whole idea is if we end up, say, getting into a position that ends up pumping, like in the short term, and maybe we scale out of that and get into one of these other ones that hasn't. And so the whole idea is to just be dynamic and fluid and just keep moving things around and trying to make it happen. And so the next one I want to look at is the graph. I've actually got this one earmarked for the $2,000 buy. I love that, we are here. Let's do our trend line. No. So like, there-ish, right? So we're getting damn near close. The graph, damn near close, in the triangle of love, as we like to say now. So, let's see what happens here. Let's see if it breaks out or breaks down. Either way, this one is not going to last very long. This is September 15th, again, give or take a day or two or whatever, but it has the potential to very soon, right? And so that is one that I'm going to be diligent on, because like I said, that's one that I'm earmarking $2,000 for our portfolio. I really love the graph. I really love where it's going and what it's going to do. And so that's something that that's one that I'm looking at, again, because it's the largest chunk of this portfolio that we're building. I'll be paying attention to that one pretty good. I got a bunch of alarms set on that one as well. Bitcoin, as you know, guys, if you were paying attention to the show yesterday, that is one that we are putting $1,000 in as well. And so we've got to just find the right time. So obviously it would have been nice if we were doing this earlier in the month. We could have taken advantage of, that 53 range. So we're just going to have to wait and see. There's a lot of people still calling for a little bit more of a breakdown of Bitcoin. If that does happen, we will take advantage of that. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. We'll see, where the chart goes. We'll see what happens over the next couple of days. Obviously, September is not the strongest month. Remember, the whole idea is to build this portfolio for Uptober. This is our Uptober pump portfolio, and so we're going to see what we can turn the 5,000 into. And again, remember, it is 6,000, but we're starting with 5,000 in coins when we launch this thing, and then 1,000 in stable that we can either leverage trade on Phoenix with, or buy dips, or do whatever we need to. That's our nimble money. We got to keep ourselves nimble. Jasmy up 1% today. Also, damn, look at this thing. This thing's sitting on the high side of the triangle of love here. This one potentially could break out. Didn't break out today. It is on the high side of the trend line though. But in full disclosure, I told you I bought one of the coins. This is it. So I bought $1,000 of Jasmy earlier today, right around the same price point as it was. So 2 cents, 202. So it's down what, for a gazillionth of a penny. It doesn't even matter that it's down 4 gazillionths of a penny. Why did I say that twice? So currently, that means that we've got two. Well, so we still have to buy the Bitcoin. So that's the only coin that we've actually allocated into the portfolio. So we've got our USDT and our Jasmy so far. Another coin that we are looking at, and again, back to Jasmy really quick before we move on. This thing, if the give or take September 23rd is the day that we've got to make a decision to either break out or break down by, as far as these lines are concerned. All right, the next one we got is a VeChain, VFam for life, as you know, rocking the crispy, the flat brim, the UFC VeChain hat. Shout out to my VFam out there. Shout out to everybody that is kind of been hanging in there for a while. That is actually one of the oldest projects that I was invested in, as far as my crypto journey goes. And so I've actually got a lot of my VeChain I did turn into NFTs in the VeChain NFT ecosystem. So I got some old ones, man. And I was saying yesterday, I still have to check the validity of it. I may have the first NFT ever on the VeChain ecosystem. I think I've got, I'm going to look it up before I say anything else. So, and then we got ICP. ICP is one that we've got on our list for not now, but watch close. Love seeing that it's down almost 2% today. Again, yesterday was a big fucking candle for it. What was that candle? What was the candle worth yesterday? Let's go from Wick. So it was a 20%, 19% candle yesterday. So down a little bit today. So we're going to be paying attention. As you can see, when this thing does pump, it likes to just come back and loop, loop, loop. So pump, come back, loop, 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 loop. So we're going to watch this thing and see if it does. So maybe let's do this. Let's set it on this line here. So this is something I learned of recently, of how, you got to go in and set your alarms. Oh, does it show? Yeah. So then price crossing, I just say crossing the trend line, and then once per bar. I don't need, if it's just going to keep going over and over, I don't need to be notified every time, just once per bar that it's happened. And then always make sure that you got your email, so you get your emails, so in case your phone's not doing its thing. All right. So now, if ICP breaks down and we get it around the 737 level, that's much better than where it's sitting at right now at 843. But again, yesterday when we were looking, ICP was at 870. And so, this is one that we had not now, but that's because it pumped big. If we can catch this thing again down in the $7 low, a little bit lower in the $7 range, the high $7 range, excuse me, that would be. I think that'd be a solid opportunity. And so that is where we are, guys and gals, is so far we have got our decision is to put in the graph, Jasmy, PYTH, and Bitcoin. And so that means we have got one more coin to put in there. Going to be looking at this list. Also, I want to make sure that you guys, you're dropping the coins that you think that I should be looking at. I'm going to go back and look at the chat. And I'll go back and look at the comments on both X and YouTube. See what you guys are saying. See, what did I miss? Because I know, obviously, when you're in this every day and, it's totally everything you look at, you might miss something. Again, like, I'm not putting in Ondo because I've already got it. I'm not doing any like gaming because I've got gaming tokens that I want, right? We did a top 5 coin video with AJ and Ben yesterday. Some of these are on there and some of them are not, only because, I want to make sure that, we start this thing off with things potentially going to have a high probability of breaking out so that we can get some gains, maybe take them off the table, and then see what other kind of damage we can do, right? So that's the whole goal. So we'll see what happens. I appreciate you guys joining today. Remember, let me just check the Squid Grow Telegram really quick. Today's migration day. So at some point, there will be a link for you to go and claim your new tokens. 2 million, for every 2 million tokens that you had, you're going to get one of the new ones. They've totally reduced the supply down to 1 billion. And it's just going to be on Ethereum, not BNB and ETH anymore. So new contract coming today. Make sure that you guys look out for that. Shout out to Shib Toshi. Shout out to the Squid Grow team. You got Tina. You got a whole bunch of people that we all know on the space. That are part of that team and part of their advisor group and all sorts of stuff. So shout out to them. Big day. And I think that's about it. I think that's it. Let me just check the chat to make sure there is anything in there. Cooking ribeyes, crypto guy. That sounds wonderful. AI tech. I do like AI tech. AI is going to be a big, big, big industry. So that's not something, to overlook. Definitely want to make sure. Now, again, I do have other coins. I have other things in other portfolios. This is just to get us started. So remember, if you want to see something in here, if I'm totally missing the ball on something, obviously you guys know that I love Gotti. You know that I love Squid Grow. You know that I love some of these other tokens. They're not going to make this particular portfolio just because of what I'm trying to accomplish here. But that doesn't mean that, say, like, in 2 weeks, I sell out of something that ripped and I want to take those profits off the table. It doesn't mean that I can't scale into a portfolio or into a position on one of those coins or something like that, a lower cap gem, right? So obviously high risk, high reward. And I'm a big fan of that. So I think this is it for today, guys. Make sure that you smash the like on the way out. Make sure you hit the heart. We did not do a tutorial, so we'll do that next week. There is no 4 p.m. show tomorrow. It's pizza day. And so I hope you have a wonderful evening. Make sure you tap in at 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow for Web3 breakfast. We are going to have a great time. Yep, Slum Doge and Wendy, both part of the team there. Absolutely. Big friends of the community. And I think, who else is over there? I know you got Mike, the artist. He has done some stuff for for some of us in the past. He's DC guy, super fucking nice guy. I known him for years, whether it's through DMs or conversations on Telegram or whatever. Finally got a chance to meet him when I met the whole Squid Grow team. So really cool. Again, the Squid Grow team is awesome, man. It's one of the best, and it just so happens that I know a lot of them, and so it makes it easier. So, all right, that'll do it. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your evening. Do something to make yourself great. Be great. And if, again, like, I end the show every morning with trying to be 1% better. And I understand that that's not realistic for everybody every single day. And I know, we can use the days where we do take steps back as kind of a learning, and we can evaluate, and hopefully they can be more valuable than our positive days, because that's how we get better. Right. And so don't worry if you have a day where you take 2 steps or 3 steps back. It's okay. You'll get them back. I promise you. And so with that being said, have a wonderful wonderful rest of your day. See y'all at the breakfast table tomorrow. Have a wonderful night.